Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rena. If you're new here, then welcome. You can probably tell when I came to the camera like this is when we're applying some new makeup. And this time we're gonna apply some Asian makeup or Korean cosmetics products on my face. I've recently unboxed the YesStyle advent calendar, and in that particular calendar we have like half makeup, half skincare. It takes me a long time to test the skincare because I need to use it for a period of time to tell you how I feel, but it's a little bit easier when we're testing the makeup, so I thought that's what we're going to do together today. If you are interested to see what the whole content in the advent calendar, I'll leave that link somewhere here and also down below. You can judge the value of the box the advent calendar by using all this product on me today. Also, if you're just interested in some Korean cosmetics or particular product that was in the advent calendar and you want to purchase individually, this is also a great time to have a look. Alright, without further ado, let's just dive into it. The ones that didn't receive from the advent calendar, I tried to pull up my own Asian cosmetic product matching it, but there are like I think one or two that I really just don't have anything, so I just went with drugstore product here. Hope you guys don't mind. If you like today's video, don't forget to give me a like and consider subscribe down below. Alright, we need to get started. I've got this whole box in front of me. The primer. I don't think we received any primer from the advent calendar, but I do have a VDL Illuminator primer. This is very popular for a long time as illuminating primer, not just in the Western world, but in Asian country. I remember knowing this when I was in primary school. It was just a old long-term classic. I don't hear people talking about this a lot more recently. I feel like we're no longer looking for that super illuminating primer. We have a lot of other things can create a similar look, but I've got this one and I don't think I've ever used it, so let's give it a go today. I came up with this white pearly-ish color. You can definitely see some tiny shines within. I do have some discolorations and I do have some dark spots, and I don't think I have a particular thing for that. And if you know Asian makeup look, they tend to go very natural dewy, so I'm not quite sure how's that gonna cover my blemishes. I can definitely see an instant brightening. Like, it's definitely glowing. Wow. And that was like a pump. A pump was for like half of my face. So I'm going to do another pump. And this is how we're going to apply to this side of the face. And I don't think it has like pore covering function or any other things. It feels hydrating and also glowing. And it came with this iridescent glow, like lavender glow. Let it set a few seconds on my face. For my base product, they didn't give any foundations or BB cream either, so I do have one that I really enjoyed and I haven't been using it for a while. I thought it's perfect time bringing this because it's having higher coverage. This is the Dr. Jart Rejuvenating BB cream in their silver label. They do have 3 types: hydrating, coverage, and what's the other one? I cannot remember, but I did a dedicated BB cream video way back, so I'll leave that video link somewhere if you want to see, because I definitely talk about like details in terms of this particular BB cream, what types and what they do for their function, and I ranked a few BB cream that I have in my collection. This one, I don't think they have a shade, but it's really good. It's got SPF 35 PA++. I don't rely on this because, you know, I'm not going to apply that amount. The shade, it's always a bit of grey. This one has a really good coverage actually, so you can tell I do have some blemishes on my skin. Should I bring you guys a little bit closer? I can just blend it with my hand. That's something I really like about this BB cream, but I remember I love it both with a sponge and a brush. So after I've done like a whole layer on my face, I will use a sponge just to even out some of the areas that I might apply too much and just blend a little bit better. So we'll do half of the face again. And I've got my Real Technique sponge here. This is the one I received from Priceline Pink Diamond Box. They used to do the box every quarter. Where is their box for this year? That definitely lightened the skin tones, and you can definitely see, I don't know if you can have a camera, but I know I have a big blemishes right here, and that has already diminished a lot. That's really good. For a BB cream, the coverage is actually really good, and it doesn't dry super fast. It gives you time. It feels like a BB cream feeling, but it gives a good coverage foundation type of coverage. Alright, I quite enjoy the combination of these two. Definitely one of those glass skin. That's how we call it, like glass China skin. And for concealer, I actually don't have any Korean or Asian concealer. I have a few that was Chinese brand, but there's no way you get your hands on it, so I thought might as well just leave them behind the camera. I do want to test out this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind eraser though. I've got two shades here, 140 Honey and 120 Light. The Honey one used to be my under eye concealer way back when my skin was a little bit darker. I saw Jessica Brown recently use this and she loved it all over again. I've actually used up their old packaging completely, and I cannot remember how I feel. So I went and bought these, and you see I used a half of each bottle and I still cannot remember how I feel. It's just one of those products in my collection. It didn't leave a memory point, so I'm really frustrated. It should give me some idea when I talk about this. Like, I like it, I dislike it, how it feels nice. I want to brighten the under eye a little bit, see if I can achieve it. Do you see much difference? Or is it just me? I think it did something, but it wasn't wow. Like, you know. It's got a pretty good coverage for a drugstore concealer actually. So I've got this spot there. I think it covered just by a little touch. These concealers, I still don't know how I feel. It's just so dang. Maybe I need to see by the time I finish everything, and I'll come back to give a conclusion. Alright, for setting spray, I do have a new setting spray received from the advent calendar. This is the Skin Food Peach Cotton Multi-Function Multi-Finish Powder. They came with their new version. I like their packaging, so cute. And they came with a cute puffer there. I haven't opened this. I don't feel like I want to use the puffer though. I'm just going to use my brush. I'm going to use my e.l.f. brush. This is their pointed powder brush. I usually use it to set my under eye. It's just a white coloured powder. I don't know if you can pick it up. It's quite powdery. Oh, that's actually giving a filter effect. Oh wow. Has a peach scent to it. It's not, it's like a fruity peach hard candy. This is probably not travel friendly because I just made a mess. It's just everywhere. I'm gonna grab a big fluffy face brush from Real Techniques. Just buff it all around. This is actually looking pretty good. I only noticed a little bit of a drying around my nose edges there, but it does happen quite often around my nose. It's definitely very filtered. Oh my god. Alright, let's move on. I do have a set of brushes that I forgot to use. I'm going to use it for my highlighter, bronzer and my eyes. Let's not forget that. And there is a lip oil that I received from the advent calendar as well. This is the Moly Volume Fix Essential Lip Oil. Let's apply some on so I can have some nice nourishment before I go ahead for my lipstick at the very end. It's a silicone tip brush. It feels like I'm just painting oil on my lips. It's very bouncy for a brush because it's a silicone applicator, hey? Alright, before I go the other half, I need to drink a bit of coffee. I actually quite like this applicator. It's very fun to use and it feels really good. Even just now without anything, I think this sort of my lips but shinier is actually already very pretty. on the day I don't want to do makeup, I can just leave it like this. Anyway, so that was my powder all set. Let's go ahead with my eyebrow. I do have a brow product. This is also from the Advent Calendar, Rom&nd Hand-All Shape Brow. I thought it was a eyebrow pencil, but it's actually 3-in-1. So over here is the spoolie on one side, and then we have the pencil. And if you twist in the middle, you have a brow powder. I actually really enjoy this design. So what I usually do is to just quickly brush it, and then obviously I'll use the pencil side to define it. I'm the worst person doing brows in front of the camera, or off camera as well. So bear with me. So that's around there. And if I feel like, well, there's areas I wasn't doing super well after I'm brushing it, saying, oh, maybe I think I'm missing a little bit here, I often look for a powder just to like add that a little bit of color onto it. Or if I want to emphasize the front, that's when I'll use the powder. So I really enjoy a 3-in-1 design, so that's really something good for me. Let's just quickly do this side as well. The color is actually quite easy to draw on. It's not one of those really creamy crayon like wax. It's more like a pencil. I've been using more of a waxing type of brow pen for a little while, so I'm actually really enjoying a bit of pencil feel. It's just, you know, every now and then you want a bit of change. You never want to say exactly the same. So that's a good product, and the color shade is actually matching alright because I do have black but not super dark hair. My hair just naturally have a little bit of yellowish, like wine-ish tone if the sun shines directly to it. I don't know how I call what exactly it is hair color, but I consider it as mostly black. Alright, so that's the brow all done. Let's go for the rest of the face, contouring and blush and highlighter. I only have a highlighter dual. This is the Clio Prism highlighter in the shade 01 Cream Fizz. Both of these two shades are very shiny, very bling bling, but none of them can be used as a blusher. It's just two slightly different variation highlighter in my opinion. So I have to bring out my own bronzer and my own blushes. I don't have a bronzer coming from the Japanese, Korean or Chinese brand. So I decided to use my Hula Bronzer because I know Hula Bronzer is a very like all skin tone friendly type of bronzer. This is the Hula one. This is actually the W7 Hula Nula or something with like the dupe of it. You can tell this is definitely more warm in the shade, and this is the actual Hula from Benefit. I just don't like that box, so I ripped it off the box. Alright, let's use the brush here as well. When you first open it, it's like a powder brush, but I can just twist it a little bit, make it a little bit more dense, and I'll do a contouring. So I'm just gonna dip in my Hula. So I think now I might apply a little bit too much on this side. So I'm going to turn it back to like a face powder brush and then buff it. That's something I really like about this brush. Very versatile. I kind of worry if I wash it how it's going to dry. But that's something we'll worry about later. I don't have a blush. I didn't receive one from the Advent Calendar either. But I do have a Japanese blush quad. This is the brand YESRENA. I'm not quite sure. This is their mixed, what is it called? Color Cheek. I've got it in shade 02. At the back it was full on Japanese, so I don't understand. Oh, one day my sister can because she's learning. They give you a little brush here. This brush is a little bit big, so it's going to be hard to dip into the coral. So I'm going to mainly dip into the coral, but I can see I've already touching the pink a little bit. It's a very light shade, hey? Even if I do swatch, it's very light. So what I might do is just swirling all around here, back and forth, clockwise, anti-clockwise, and then see. Now I have a bit of color. It's very, very sheer, but it's actually very pretty in my opinion. It's one of those Japanese shades. Yeah, the color combination. I really like the base of today. It's pretty. Did you see me how I hold my brush? What am I doing? This palette pretty. It's just nothing stands out, but it's so pretty and give you a bit of sheer reflect as well. I like this. Alright, moving on. Highlighter. Finally something I do received from the Advent calendar. I don't really see a huge difference between these two, but I feel like I might want to go with the champagne one for today because I've already got a little bit of pinkish. I will also try this brush again. So I'm going to twist it and let's dip it in. I don't think it's the best for applying highlighter because usually I would like a little bit more fluffier. So let's go get my regular highlighter brush. There we go. The shine is coming through. It's not too dramatic, hey? I thought it was going to be super bang bang when I saw this and when I swatched it. This is looking pretty good. Well, at least that's what I thought. Now we're up to the eyes. I have one eyeliner from the Face Shop, which I got many years ago when they collaborated with Trolls. So we have Trolls 2 now, and that's been for a few years. This is their inkgel slim mechanical pencil eyeliner in the shade 03 Deep Browning. I can use this one to do my inner eyeliner, but I do have to do a wing separately. So I'm going to use my project pen, the quick flick. It's already rubbing off because I've had it for so long, and I'll just do a wing at the very end. I do have an eyeshadow palette received from Advent calendar. This looks very slim, super pretty. This is by the brand Peripera. In the shade 04. This is how it looks. It's actually looking really pretty, but I kind of worry the deep shade is not deep enough for me. I do enjoy a mauvey sort of shade like this. If it goes even purple or berrier, probably not going to be my sort of comfort zone. Let's try. The brush is on this side as well. So there are 3 tiny brushes. Oh, they're just like the cutest, tiniest brush. I know, it's a bit of worrying in terms of how you blend it, but I'm gonna give it a go. Oh my god, they're so cute. They're just this long. Oh gosh, I have a small hand, so they're super tiny. I'm not quite sure what shade I want to use, but I'm gonna use the fluffier brush first to... let's see, let's have a neutral base, shall we? So I'll use this shade over here, blend it all around my eyelid. I've heard Peripera's eyeshadow pot was pretty good. Never tried it myself. The pigmentation is not bad. The brush is a little bit stiff compared to the face brush, but not to a point that you're complaining. Yeah, this is not a bad base shade. I like it. Alright, next up, we're going to add a little bit of color to it, and I'm thinking maybe we'll use this one here. It's definitely a little bit berried toned. Okay. We're going to use the same brush and I'll go onto the outer corner-ish. I love Asian eyeshadows because they're never too bold. I think that's something I'm very scared of. Well, first because I don't do like a really good eyeshadows, and secondly, I'm sometimes afraid of the color combination that will turn up too much. Like with this type of shade pigmentation, even if it's not your best comfort zone, I think you can still make it work, and over time you get to use some really highly pigmented one and you feel like very comfortable. It's a really good transition palette. Right, that's around here. I don't mind it. It's actually pretty good. And then we're gonna use a slightly pointy shade, and I'm gonna go with the darkest one here to emphasize the outer corner. I love the pigmentation. My battery ran out and I went to find the other one, and the other one almost ran out as well, but I just left it with a bit of a glitter shade which I applied over here. That's a really pretty shade. I'll do a quick swatch for you. And why it's not showing much on my skin. It's like a really light, just give you a hint of glitter, and then I use this one. Oh, this is the shade. It is pretty, but it has big glitter that falls down on my face now. I've already brushed it a few times and I can still see 1 or 2 flakes. So I think I might have to use it wet, or you just do your eyes before your face. But I do like the combination. The color shades here are very pretty. Like it looks that bling bling, but also very soft. It's nothing too much. So I'm quite enjoying this palette, like, to my surprise. And then I obviously apply my eyeliner. I've already curled my lashes, but I'm waiting for you guys to test out this mascara. This is the Holika Holika Lash Correcting Mascara Hyper Curling. They've also give you one of this eye and lip makeup remover, so I wonder if this is one of those really hard waterproof. It didn't say if it's waterproof or not, but really hard to remove the mascara. I'm gonna test this out at the end of the day, and I'll leave either like type it over here or in the description below in terms of how I feel when I'm removing it. So just a regular wand, let's brush it through. I'm gonna turn the light on. One side of the bristle is shorter than the other side, so this shorter side can really get into the bottom of my lashes. I've never seen my lashes so clear before. So this will really help to curl it up. Really pretty actually. Alright, it feels a little bit of drying formula. It's not those super wet mascara. I think I still end up having a little bit on my eyelid. I'm just gonna wait when it's completely dry and I'll clean it afterwards. Yeah, I'm actually gonna keep the light on. There's a bit of a cloud coming through. I know it's always cloudy when I film it, but it really gives that sort of dull look lashes. I can tell this is a very Asian like the lashes. And the last but not the least is a lip product. I've actually got a couple. I decided to go with a lip tint today. Feel like just test out the longevity, and I'll eat and drink. I believe it's like Merzy. It's either the brand or the line's name, and I've got in the shade M8. Now I have no English whatsoever because I took off the packaging, but I'll just do a quick lip liner. Now I still have the lip oil there. It still feels very oily, which is good. That's what I like. I'll apply the lip liner. This is just a random lip liner. I'll just apply this. This is a deep red as well. So there you go, this is the lip. I'm not quite sure if I like this lip to pair with this look. The other lip color they've got is also a red. I guess it fits the Christmas vibe, but I'm just not quite sure if I want to wear this today. I might want to go with something a little bit more neutral, and I see my piece is a little bit red as well, so there's definitely a bit of transferring. Alright, the last but not the least is a makeup spray. This is the Neogene All Day Locking Fixer Ultimate Fixing Powder to maximize the longevity of makeup. Let's see the mist first. Oh, it's quite fine. Alright, let's go. Smells like a body refreshener. It feels really fresh. I do have a little bit of drying around my nose here, so I'm hoping with this can help me a little bit. So yeah, that is everything for today's makeup. Let me just pull my hair down. I mean, that doesn't help much with my hairstyle at all, but you know, at least it's not with clips. Let's have a look. I think I'm really impressed with the base, and that has to thank to definitely the Illuminator plus the foundation. This is a long-term favorite and I know it, but this Illuminator, I was hoping it's not going to be super intense, and it turns out really good. Give that nice and glowy finish, and even with a heavy filtered sort of finishing powder, I can still see some glows coming through, so it's like matte yet glowy face, you know. That's a really good finish. I like that. With that powder, I definitely need to use less next time and see if that can not giving such a heavy filter look. Like, this is good, but there are days I don't want as heavy as this. Other products, I'm really impressed with the lip oil. It feels super nourishing throughout the time wearing it, and I absolutely love this travel brush. It's really good, and I'm quite impressed with the eyeshadow as well. I was thinking the color is gonna be either not paying off too much or too off compared to how we see everything in the pan. It's actually good, except that's a huge glitter one that I need to figure out a way using it. I'm hoping I can use some glitter glue to fix it. Brow is a really light founding. I think it suits my hair super well. I haven't found a brow that's sort of brownish but also dark enough. I think this is a really good shade. Lipsticks, I'm not quite sure yet. It does feels okay, but I don't know the longevity of it. The mascara is the one that I have the most question marks at the moment, because I really feel like it's feeling better now, but that first 5 minutes I was full on stinging. I do like the brush and I do like the design, and I'll see how it goes in terms of removing it. This makeup setting spray, it feels really good, nice fine mid. I'm not quite sure longevity of the look, but I'll test it out throughout the day. But you know, having a really good fine mist and doesn't smell too bad and feels like refreshing is already a really good start. You know, 50% winning ahead. The only thing I haven't tested out is glitter. I was planning to just put it on my eyes or on my face, but I do have to go out today to my sister's friend's party, like drop her off. I don't want to be a sister that looks like, you know, crazily dramatic. So yeah, this is the one I didn't test. And oh yeah, the Chloe Prism highlighter, I think this is a standard product. It's not bad, but not necessarily like super wowed me, like oh my god, I wish I found this 10 years early. No, nothing like that. So overall speaking, I do think YesStyle's advent calendar makeup product here are good, and they are giving you nearly complete to a full face. I mean, they're missing the base product, but I'm sure everyone has a little bit of BB cream or foundation something. So I really enjoy this, and I think that really makes me think the value of the box is worth what they charged for. But I haven't tested out the skincare part, so stay tuned. Maybe consider subscribe to my channel, because I will give you guys an update in the near future. And that is everything for today. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a like and leave your comments down below. What do you think of these Korean cosmetics? Is that something that you like, or do you find this really different to the Western drugstore makeup product? I found they're really getting close these days, but back in when I was just starting makeup, when I was little, it's a huge difference for sure. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you have a really good day and enjoy some holiday maybe breaks with family and friends, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!